It is exciting getting ready for the big 4th of July parade here in beautiful Fredericksburg, Texas. This has become burning with the rebounds.
Welcome to the Fredericksburg Chamber of Commerce.
Please all time here, 3,500. So they go to your dad.
And we hear that promise to get a jobs gospel.
We love living in the country.
When I think about
Husband.
Along the fairways at Lady Bird have a way of slowing down.
Hey there, well, welcome, Billy fans. This is
on September 25th, 1925.
John,
when she sang
Crawford, Fritch.
All right. How are y'all this morning? This is Tim with A-Plus Entertainment here in Fredericksburg, Texas at the annual car show put on by the Rotary. And we want to welcome you, and we're going to go around throughout the day live and just have some interviews with some of our fine folks. Right now, we're going to take a little bit of a break and go to our sponsors. We'll be right back with you. Hello.
Hey, John. Scott Emmel, SI Wealth Management. We'd love to sit down and discuss financial strategies with you.
At SI Wealth Management, understanding the unique needs of our clients is essential.
Whether beginning savers or long-term estate planners.
SI Wealth Management customized a comprehensive plan just for us.
They created strategies for every phase of life.
For wealth management with customized portfolios, contact SI Wealth Management.
My name is Kevin Hurd, and I'm the operations manager here at Citizens Insurance Agency. We've been in Fredericksburg for over 100 years, and our agents have 30-plus years of experience in protecting our community in uncertain times. The future has always been uncertain. But whether you're starting something new or protecting what you love, we've got you covered. Citizens Insurance Agency, 100 years strong, and we're still here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at the car show, so welcome back with us. I've got my good friend Bill Rothermel here. He's got 3 of his beautiful cars out here, and just want to ask him a few questions. Bill, tell us, we talked about it yesterday, but tell us a little bit about the one in the middle here that you go to the salt flats with every year.
Well, that car is a 1923 T-Bucket Ford. It's not a kit. We built the car. My best friend and I built the car 55 years ago. And we went down to Pete and Iron and Steel and bought the tubing and cut it out and built it. And it's used as a push car on the Bonneville Salt Flats for our race car that we run. And we've been out there for about 15 years now. And so it's just a wonderful experience. If you've never been out there, it's something everyone should try. It's just a last bastion of real hot rodding. It's absolutely wonderful.
Well, I tell you what, I'd sure like to get out there sometime. Getting a little older, don't know if I'll ever make it, but anyway, tell us a little bit about your 32 here, because this is a beautiful car as well.
Well, this is a little great car. It's a very comfortable car. It's a good road car. It's got a small block Chevrolet in it. It's air-conditioned, hydromatic transmission, and it's just a nice car to drive around. And I use these cars. I drive them, and so they're great to go to the small towns and have lunch and go back, and it's just a lot of fun. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. The same thing with a red 32 Roadster. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I remember you saying, it's got a flathead motor in it, but you did add air conditioning just to make it a comfortable car.
My wife appreciates that very much. It is air conditioned, and it has hydraulic brakes on it, so it's an extremely safe car. And it's just a joy to drive.
Okay, well, Bill, thank you so much for being a part of this show. We really do appreciate you, and I thank you for our friendship as well. We're going to go find another couple of cars and talk about them. Going to the orange Camaro.
It's set at about 5 inches.
Okay. All right, we're here live at the car show again. I admired this car when I rolled in last night because I've got a 69 myself, or actually I did have. I sold it to my nephew a few years back, but it's a Z10 code, which is a hardtop edition of a pace car. Just tell me a little bit about your car.
69 Z28 Camaro, had it for 18 years. Been working on it for 18 years, still working on it.
It's a never-ending battle.
Never-ending battle, but I've got it fixed up now. We do a lot of car shows, so enjoy the car. It's not a driver because no AC, sets low to the ground, too damn old to set it in and drive it anymore. So, so that's it.
Well, I understand about the low. When mine was built, being it was a 69 model, that tells you how old the suspension is. But mine's sitting low to the ground. Everybody said I need to get it back to ride high. It just handled too good to want to mess with it.
Keep it that way, So it's hard to get in. That, especially no AC, and that's a killer there. So driving this car to car shows and all in August is tough.
Yeah, I can only imagine it would be a little tough. Mine was actually an air-conditioned car, that 69 that I had. So, and it's being rebuilt right now. But again, tell them where you're from and what your name is, please.
We're from Cove, Texas, which is just a little bit east of Baytown, Mount Bellevue area, which is east of Houston.
And your name again?
Edwin Smesny.
Well, Edwin, thank you for your time, and you enjoy the rest of your day here. We appreciate you for being here.
Yeah, I wish I could have rehearsed this. Help me off guard,
You don't want to rehearse these. It never works out the same. All right, well, here in the background, we're back live again. You'll see this beautiful CJ Jeep along with the Corvette. They belong to one of the club members here, Max and Bonnie Beckman. They've been working hard all year putting this show together. So thank you all for being here. And these are two of his vehicles. That is a custom frame. It's been extended slightly. He doesn't drive it much anymore, but they were at the coast with it a couple of weeks ago. But, again, he is one of our members here at the Rotary, and we're glad to have him. We're going to go on to several more cars, actually. So just follow us. Here we go. Well, folks, what we have here to my left is what they call a rat rod. It used to be a deal where you could spend no more than $3,000 on these vehicles and just bring what you can, put it together. And as you can see, there's some really odd things on this vehicle, but that's what the rat rod division is all about. Bring what you got, make it work, and call it a car. It's interesting to see this. It's a 1925 Model T, but as you can see, it's highly customized all the way around. It's got a 350 small block with a 700 R4 overdrive transmission. It was built by Hoot Haynes. I guess with a name like Hoot, you got to have a car that kind of fits that family name there, because it is a Hoot, no doubt, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you see right here with us this beautiful white Corvette. Late model, maybe not my big thing, but it's the mid-engine car. It's become so popular and so, I don't know how to describe it. They're a beautiful car. I'm more of the old school classic kind of guy, but these beautiful Corvettes, and it's probably a handful of them out here. Last year we had an entire club with us, and we're proud to have them, new or old, because no matter what people drive, they're proud of it, and they want to display it. So, and then right next to it, in front of it, here's this beautiful GTO convertible. You just don't find them like that anymore. This happens to be a 1968 model, and it is a 4-speed car. And I don't know if it's a 389 or 400, but just looking at him, you can't really tell. But this is absolutely a beautiful car, and I love that kind of a aqua teal mixed color. This gentleman is out of San Angelo, Texas. So Tom Moore has this beautiful car here with us. And, of course, right next to it, once again, we go modern with a F-150 pickup that somebody's very proud of. And, like I said, new or old, we just love having these guys here. They support us each and every year. We're working on getting up to about 300 cars at this event within the next year or two. We had to put them out in the streets last year. It got so big. So we're going to move on, and we'll see what we see here in a moment. All right in front of me here is a 1931 Model A Deluxe Roadster. This is a daily driven, or can be daily driven car. It's a 25-year-old restoration. but absolutely gorgeous. You got the Ford safety glass windshield. I love the phrase, Model A's don't leak. They just mark their territory. But again, this is a daily driver, and it is absolutely beautiful. 4-cylinder L head, 201 cubic inches out of a 4-cylinder. That's a pretty good size engine there. 40 horsepower, updraft carburetor. Tell me a little about it. Did you buy it or build it or a little bit of both?
No, I bought it about 15 years ago out of Cleveland, Ohio. 94-year-old gentleman out of New York owned it, and it was on consignment with a fellow that sold antique vehicles.
Very interesting. I'm always curious how people find their cars. I found mine. I had a 69 Z10, which is the hardtop edition of the pace car, and I actually found it in a wrecking yard when my dad and I got in an argument over a car that I had, and I wanted to build a motor for another car. And when I came home, he said, "Did you get some parts?" And I said, "I bought another car." That didn't go over well.
Right. No, my wife didn't know because we didn't see it until it showed up at the house.
Oh, so you had it delivered then?
Yeah,
okay.
Up wouldn't have bothered me, but my buddy that had a trailer I could use, by the time I could use it, it had started snowing between here and there, and I thought it wouldn't have bothered me to do it. But I said, what the heck? I called, I had been talking with the guy that sold it, and he said finally he found a trucking company that could get it down to me. I asked him what it was going to cost. It was about a break even on what it was going to cost me to go. No hassle, so I sure bring it on.
Yeah, it's good to have an insured guy that knows what he's doing, but you are absolutely right because it's nowadays, yes, it probably costs a little more nowadays to ship it than it may have back then, but by the time you jump on a plane and all the time you spend, your time has got to be...
Drive. Now, driving wouldn't have bothered me, but my wife would want to stop at motels and eat and everything. So it was going to cost me about the same for him to bring it down.
Have you ever been confused by all the options in the investment world? Or maybe just need someone to sit down with to discuss your goals? Why not schedule some time with Scott Emmel or Mark Southard at SI Wealth Management? Whether it's as simple as rolling over a 401k or starting a college savings plan, or an efficient way of transferring wealth to future generations, identifying the need is the key to identifying the strategy. Call 830-992-3464 to schedule your appointment today. SI Wealth Management, where a handshake and a look in the eye still means something.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Hello, my name is Greg Nebgen with 4N Cattle Company. I want to talk to you a little bit about J Ford Trailer and my experience. So I was looking for a new cattle trailer, stopped by, talked to Josh, customized what I wanted. I own a local business. I want to do my business local. Prices were very competitive. I looked at trailers everywhere. They were $1,000 cheaper, if not more. I was going to buy local anyway. They beat everybody in price. And then they even delivered it. J Ford Trailer, that's where I got mine.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a rare one. A 500 KR Shelby Mustang. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, the KR code. Very rare car, 428 cubic inch engine in it. Pure muscle on these cars. And as you can see, this one has had the air conditioning eliminated. Although that is a commodity I'd probably want nowadays with this heat, but definitely for the reason he did so. This gentleman's out of Comfort, Texas, but it's just a beautiful car to look at, and the Shelby is a very, very rare car. So thank you, Tom Nixon, for bringing your car out to this beautiful event. Now, behind it, we have one that is very similar in style. This happens to be a GT350 series car instead of the 500 KR, but it's also a Shelby, and it's a convertible. This one does have the air conditioning in it. This actually belongs to a really good friend of mine. He's got a red hardtop as well. That was his first car in high school, and he showed me a picture of it back in high school. He had some girl sitting across the hood, and he said, never again will I have somebody sit on the hood of my Shelby. But Jim Boyce said he builds cars, so there's a good chance he bought this and built this. But Jim, thanks for being here with us, even though he's not here to talk to at the moment. It's a beautiful car that Jim has built. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a car that is just out of this world. It actually, a gentleman I met about two and a half years ago. Pat has got more toys than he knows what to do with. But he lives here in Fredericksburg. It's a 1965 Ford Falcon with a big block Chevrolet with a 871 blower on top. And in case some of you don't know what the blower is, this is what they call a blower or possibly a supercharger. But it's air induction that forces all that fuel down from those carburetors into the intake and burns it to the max. And it's one of the nicest cars. I mean, it is absolutely stunning just to look at this thing. He did have a little trouble coming in this morning. He actually lost a wheel. Lug nuts came loose, but they've got it where it's set up. But if you look at the interior, which these guys will probably catch a quick photo of here in a second, this car is built for the track. Obviously, it's not street legal, but I guess it could be with all the blinkers and stuff if everything was working proper. But if you look inside this car as they are filming right now, this is purely a race car, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Pat, thank you for bringing it out. Ladies and gentlemen, right here in front of me is this beautiful 1967 Camaro, the official pace car that year. This is not the true A.J. Foyt car, but this is one that the folks from Street Dreams, Texas, brought it in for us to be able to look at today. This was the exact version of the 1967 pace car used in the Indy 500 race. And it's absolutely a beautiful work of art. It is an SS 396 car, 4-speed. Yes, this one is a 4-speed. And it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, if you've never seen a true pace car, which I've seen several, this is one for the books. That's for sure, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're live here at the Fredericksburg Car Fest again. This is my good friend, Rafael Martinez, and he owns One-Eyed Crow Speed Shop here in Fredericksburg, and they custom build everything from the ground up. Tell us a little bit about this, and we'll just work our way back. How about it, Rafael?
Yes, sir. So this is a 1955 3100 Chevy pickup. It's sitting on a custom chassis, a C4 suspension. We went through and did the paint, body, sectioned the rear fenders, lowered or raised the bed in it, from wiring, paint, interior, gauges, the whole 9 yards. This one's been from the ground up. It's been about 2.5 to 3 years building this thing and a bunch of patience, but finally we got it here, and last year we tried showcasing it and we just couldn't get it to the car show last year. Didn't have interior, so brought it out this year.
Well, I appreciate that, Rafael. These guys do wonderful work, and, I mean, it's a mindset for these guys. It's a labor of love, and you can see in the detail of this beautiful truck. Matter of fact, let me open up the door, and we'll get the camera guys to take a picture of this, but you can see the attention to detail these guys put into their work, and it's highly recommended that you go see these guys and have some of their work, that custom work done. Rafael and his crew do a fantastic job, and we're just going to step back from this blue truck here a little bit. Here's one they built from the ground up. I kind of watched the progress on this one long before it even looked like it does right now. Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this is a 1950 6400, so it's a factory 2-ton truck. This one started life as it was in North Texas around Amarillo, Dumas. And then they brought it down to us. It's been in their family since the day they got it new. Luckily, we were, the people that they chose to build this truck. So we tore it apart, cut the bed back down. We removed the hydraulics. It used to have a hydraulic dump bed on it. He didn't need it. It's not a functional truck for him anymore. It's a show truck and something that he can drive around and enjoy. And we put it on a modern suspension chassis so he can go to any parts store and get brakes and whatever he needs to keep this thing on the road. We went through it, did all the dent repair, deleted some of the lights that he didn't want it on anymore, and kind of brought a work truck back to a show quality truck. Added all the chrome trim around the the windshield, the lights, the headlight bezels, the grill, bumpers, and nice big wheels that catch attention going down the road. It's a House of Color candy apple red on a RMBSF metallic gold with a House of Color clear. New vintage gauges, vintage air, small block crate motor, 450 horse, 480 automatic transmission. So you can go 75 miles an hour going to go church on a Sunday in it and be cold and comfortable in it. So.
Well, I can actually say, and I vouch for what he said, going to church. It's been to church several times because I was attending when I've seen this truck. So, Raphael, beautiful build. Let's step back and show them one more that you did here, and then we'll move on to some other folks. But, again, Raphael and his staff are just doing an amazing job at building these trucks, and the quality shows in every detail. Tell us a little bit about this one, and we'll get the camera guys to get some interior shots of it.
1950 as well, 3100. This one's actually on a TCI custom chassis as well. Mustang 2 front end, 9-inch in the rear. We actually picked this out of our color chip system and did, he wanted a two-tone color on this truck, and we tried choosing something where in the sun it's there and it's in your face, and at night it's subtle, but you can tell that it's a custom truck. I didn't want leather seats in it, so we kind of gave him free range on his interior, and he chose beautiful vinyl interior in it with a cloth inserts. He did his own woodwork, and he wanted something where he could pitch in and build something of his own and have his name on it as well. We did all the cab corners, rust repair, paint body, chassis, wiring. We did put the motor in the chassis. I mean, this one was a great truck to put together as well. It was nice, real fun, drivable truck. He's taken it to Alvin, a couple car shows in Alvin, driven it from Fredericksburg to Alvin, and drove it that same weekend back home. Drives it every now and then when the weather's nice in town, and goes to the grocery store in it, and enjoys it. That's the whole reason we try building these things, is so people can go out and enjoy them and get something what they pay for.
Well, Raphael, I thank you for your time. These are some beautiful vehicles that you all have built, and like we said, it's a labor of love. I see the owner standing right here in front of us. Like you said, he assisted in the build of this truck, and that's, it's decisions that y'all have to make unless they give you free range. So, Raphael, again, thank you for your time, and thank you for being here for the Rotary Club and this show, and being on Fredericksburg Live with us.
Thank you.
Here we have a little more modern, technology, where we talked about classic versus some people love the modern. I'm an old school guy, but I tell you what they did do with the Challenger. They brought that body pretty close to what they were in, 70 and 71, compared to a lot of the new body styles that they call, a Mustang or whatever. The new Mustang just doesn't have that body style that the old early 60s and late 60s and very early 70s had. But again, the Challenger was brought back to something really close to the original body style of these cars. And this happens to be an SRT Hemi car. They do make them with the Hellcat in it. A friend of mine actually has a Hellcat here in town. We used to detail it, and they have two different key fobs for these late models. One is black and one is red, and it goes from I can't remember what the smaller horsepower, but with the red, it's just a matter of turning the switch on and the computer picks up a different key fob, believe it or not. And with the red key fob, it's 713 horsepower straight from the factory. I asked him one time, I said, where are all the key fobs? He said, I have two black, I have two red. He said, my wife has a black one, I have a black one, I have a red one, the safe has the other red one, and she's not got the combo.
Hello. Hey, John. Scott Emmel, SI Wealth Management. We'd love to sit down and discuss financial strategies with you.
At SI Wealth Management, understanding the unique needs of our clients is essential.
Whether beginning savers or long-term estate planners.
SI Wealth Management customized a comprehensive plan just for us.
They created strategies for every phase of life.
For wealth management with customized portfolios, contact SI Wealth Management.
Well, howdy, friends. This is Paige Finley from FBG and Fbg.Live. I want to tell you about some new friends I met at J Ford Trailer, a family-owned Texas trailer dealer out 290 just east of Fredericksburg. They carry utility trailers, livestock trailers, cargo trailers, and if you're looking for all the bells and whistles, they can custom build just about anything. Food trucks, car haulers, trash, or landscape trailers, whatever you need. Give them a call today, 830-997-9969, J Ford Trailers. That's where I got mine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I stood over here a while ago and got into a conversation with the owner. He happens to be standing here, right here in front of me. He lives around Marble Falls, Horseshoe Bay area. His name is Johnny Stanley. And let me tell you something about this particular car. If you look under the hood, all you see is motor. These were built to run hard and run fast. Tell us a little bit about it and where you came about it and how it all came about.
Well, I've had it for a year, and I learned a lot about them. I knew of the 426 street wedges, but the predecessor was the 413 max wedge, max cubic inches wedge cylinder head. That was the highest NHRA would allow. Then in '63, they raised it to 426. So Ford went to 427, this went to 426. And then they had that 2 years, and then the next year was the Hemi.
Gotcha.
But they came with a 3-speed floor shift or the Torque Flight 3-speed automatic, because the 4-speed wouldn't hold up to the power. So it came up. Most of the time, a automatic wouldn't hold up to the power, but the Torque Flight did. So in '64, they came out with the 4-speed.
Understandable. Yeah, you know, when you launch something like that, you got a 4-speed, you dump that clutch. Man, it's working on everything. The transmission, the differential, it can be tough on that drivetrain.
So anyway, they did well, and if they'd hold up, you can't outshift an automatic, you know. But they did good. But it's 456 gears. It's seat delete, radio delete, heater delete, and they're just made to go down the road.
Well, there you go. Let me flip this door open while this young man's here with a camera. I want him to catch this rare. You don't see it very often, but you won't see a shifter on the column because these were designed to be a push-button shift, as you can see right here. The only bad thing about that was if you tried to convert this to something else and didn't have the full setup in there. My dad had a 59 Ford. He put a 318 push button in. My mom hated to drive it because he didn't put the park lever in there, so you had to set the brake. And she just pretty much despised that vehicle, but Dad had a lot of fun with it. So
they work good, except when you're trying to reach up there to hit the button. You know, you want them to, you want to shift the shift.
You're back in the seat.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can imagine when you're back in the seat, you're like, I need a little bit of an extension.
Yeah, especially short guys. But that was the race history. They dominated the strip.
That is very true. Like I told you earlier, I've got a neighbor. He owns the propane company here in town. This was his first car in high school, believe it or not. And he sold it. He's alive. He sold it, and then he found another one that was almost identical to it, and it sits in his garage. I was asking him today when he was here if he was bringing it out. He said, no, unfortunately, I have to go somewhere this afternoon, so I didn't make it out this year.
I like to meet him, you know, so I learned. That's how we learn.
Well, if he's still around here, I will make sure that he swings over and says hello to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for being here. Fredericksburg Live Car Fest. Here we go. Well, folks, we just got through talking about the Hemi. Next door to this wedge, here it is, a Hemi car. Challenger RT. Beautiful, beautiful. 426 Hemi. These, I mean, you can look at the valve covers alone. It's not real bright because of the colors are so close. But anyway, you can see that the Hemi motor has the spark plug down through a port that goes into the head itself through the center. And some of your modern Ford stuff now is doing something of that similar style where that spark plug is way down deep inside that motor. But this is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful restoration of this car. Rag top, I mean, it's just what you call picture perfect. I don't know if it's a standard or an automatic, but we're going to walk around and find out because I know the difference just by looking. Yep. It's got that lovely shifter. This is, God, what a stunning automobile. Did y'all buy it or build it?
We built it. We built it.
How long ago?
We finished it in about 2012.
That is just absolutely beautiful car. And refresh my memory, what do they call that shift handle on there?
Pistol grip shifter.
There you go. I just went totally blank on it, and I'm a car guy. I should know that, but, you know, it happens. I guess it's because I'm getting older. Where are you folks from?
We're from Colleen.
And your name?
Craig and Lori.
Kavalawag. Hi.
Well, thank y'all for bringing such a beautiful car out here. This is my second year emceeing for them, and they just told me to put it down every year from now on. So, and I'm an old car buff, as I've said several times while we're live. I just recently sold 4.5 years ago. I had a '69 Z10 code pace car, the hardtop edition. Only about 450 of them made, but it's still in the family. I sold it to my nephew to make sure it stuck around. So, anyway, thank y'all. Yeah, and I was just telling them about the joke about the late models, you know, with the key fobs, the black and the red on the Hellcat motors. And this guy's literally told me, he said, I have a black one, the wife has a black one. I have a red one, the gun safe has the other red one, and she ain't got the combo. Thank y'all again, and thank you for being here. Here we've got a beautiful Mach 1 Mustang that is pretty much all original as far as I know. Belongs to a local fella here in town. The Ford dealership had it sitting in their showroom for a great period of time right after McLean Ford took it over, and he left it with them just to have some fun and show it off. You can see a couple of modifications that he's done here. If you look at the front of it, it's got the billet set up with the serpentine belt, which is just so much more reliable nowadays because the old V-belts, they will fly off the handle if you get too much horsepower going into some of them and they're not perfectly aligned. But this is almost a guarantee that belt's going to stay on there. But again, this is a beautiful car, and it is locally owned right here. Oh, actually, Pipe Creek. So it may not be the one I'm thinking of, but there is a yellow one just like this here in Fredericksburg as well. Well, right behind me is the definition of a true classic, unrestored, 61-ish. Oh, I got it dead on. It is a 1961 Chevrolet four-door. It's all original. Got the 6-cylinder motor in it. It is a Bel Air versus the Impala. But it's, I mean, for an original, and the patina is great on this automobile. You know, and it's what you call a daily driver right here, folks. And I think it's pretty cool myself. Yeah, it's got its dings and dents in it. It's got aftermarket wheels, but, you know, that's all a part of a classic and a true original car. If it doesn't have a few dings and dents in it, that means it's sat in the garage its whole life. And why have one that you're not going to drive? That's just the way I feel about these kind of cars. But, again, this one looks like it's all original, including the seat covers. I mean, gosh, it's a beautiful car, and it's all original. And you don't see this too often, you know, the wing that actually extends out over the back glass here. So you actually literally put your hand up underneath it instead of it being right up to here. So this is a pretty cool ride right here. And here we have, believe it or not, we'll get the camera guys on it here in a minute. You know, you automatically see this car. What do you think of? Smokey and the Bandit, Burt Reynolds, Jerry Reed having fun trying to bring Coors across the state line when you shouldn't have. This is a true classic car. I remember the interview that I saw with Burt Reynolds, and the guy that provided the cars for the show said, I'm going to give you a Trans Am every year as long as I'm alive. And Burt Reynolds thought that was wonderful. The guy died 2 years later, and he's like, man, that was kind of disappointing, but he must have been a super nice guy, and he provided all those cars. I don't know how many cars they used to film that, because I'm sure they were hard on a couple of them, and they probably had different special suspension and stuff underneath them for the scenes that they did in that movie. But again, this is a true classic 6.6 bird, and they're rare. They're getting harder and harder to find, and they're bringing top dollar. So this one has the big motor in it, the 455 cubic inch engine, and it's just it's a classic without a doubt. All right, here we are again live, still live at the Fredericksburg Car Fest. We spoke about the newer models, Corvettes. This is one of them. But the one I really want to talk about is sitting right behind us, and I'm going to step back a few feet and talk about this car a little bit. This is absolutely a stunning automobile. I actually drove a 63 that a friend of mine owned years ago. This happens to be a 66 convertible. It's just... I don't know how to say it other than beautiful. The Stingray was a very hard to find car, and they are getting harder and harder to find nowadays, especially something in great condition, because a lot of people back in the day, they wanted to just get out and stomp it to the floor. And so there were some that didn't survive. And being as these are all fiberglass, it's not knock the dent out, it's we got to replace some pieces, or we got to do some fiberglass work. But again, this is a absolutely stunning car. It does, you look at it, it looks like it has a slight modification because it's got a 5-speed, which they did not make back in '66. But it's done as if it looks all original. And that's what's cool about these guys. When they spend the money, they want to keep it looking original, but it's always kind of nice to have that little bit of modern drivetrain underneath. It just makes things so much sweeter and easier on the drivetrain, because it's like having an overdrive, literally. And if you look at the radio dead center console, it looks like it's laying on its side, but then you look at the numbers, that's the way that radio was designed. So, that slim line that they had to work with, and it was almost like, oops, we forgot the radio. Oh, here, that's a spot. We're going to put it there. And it works. So that's what it's all about. But anyway, this is just an absolutely beautiful car. The wheels, even though they're modern technology, they work with this body style. As a matter of fact, they look very similar to the ones my nephew's putting on my old car. So anyway, this is a stunning classic right here, folks. One of a kind, for sure.
Have you ever been confused by all the options in the investment world? Or maybe just need someone to sit down with to discuss your goals? Why not schedule some time with Scott Emmel or Mark Southard at SI Wealth Management? Whether it's as simple as rolling over a 401k or starting a college savings plan, or an efficient way of transferring wealth to future generations, identifying the need is the key to identifying the strategy. Call 830-992-3464 to schedule your appointment today. SI Wealth Management, where a handshake and a look in the eye still means something.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
My name is Kevin Hurd, and I'm the operations manager here at Citizens Insurance Agency. We've been in Fredericksburg for over 100 years, and our agents have 30-plus years of experience in protecting our community in uncertain times. The future has always been uncertain. But whether you're starting something new or protecting what you love, we've got you covered. Citizens Insurance Agency, 100 years strong, and we're still here.
Now this is different. Low and slow. It's on airbags, folks. Don't panic. They can lift this thing up, drive it down the street, just like an everyday ride, but It's something that's his style, and that's great. These old square body Dodges, especially with the diesel motors nowadays, are becoming so popular. This one happens to be I'm guessing it's probably a 318, but it could be, you know, a bigger cubic inch motor. But like I said, it's his style. That's what he likes. You walk in, you hit a couple of buttons, drops down to the ground. When he gets ready to leave, it'll pop right up, just like a old Jack in the Box, pop goes the weasel kind of thing that we had back in the day. So anyway, it's his style, and that's fantastic. This beautiful Ford pickup belonged to a very dear friend of mine who passed away May the 29th, 2023. So what does that tell you? He just passed away a couple of days ago. I didn't realize that. Anthony would have been out here with it. He worked hard all his life. He's a Vietnam War veteran. He basically worked at a service station all his life, but he saved his pennies. And when you save your pennies, you can find something nice like he had here. He's going to be missed because he was just the nicest guy you could ever meet. I always visit him with it at our local swap meet. And Anthony, you're going to be missed, my friend. Rest in peace, and thank you for your service to our country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the car show. We're kind of winding down for our day on our Fredericksburg Live here at the Fredericksburg Car Fest. And probably one of our last interviews of the day is going to be this beautiful Ferrari 308 GTS that rolled in early this morning. They're set up right next to our sound booth, and they've got their Apex Auto products as well. And we're just going to ask him a few questions and do a little quick interview. Tell us a little bit about the car and how you came about owning it.
Yeah, it's actually my father's, John, but we were actually at Barrett-Jackson in Scottsdale. We were looking for one of these. I actually couldn't find it anywhere and at the auction, so I got online and actually found it in Kerrville. So we were over in Scottsdale. Like, holy crap, we found one. So we went home. We actually drove over. We traded a Plymouth Prowler, 1999, for it. So it's kind of cool to have happen. But I was able to find that and do the deal, so that was kind of cool. But
that is kind of a cool story because I grew up in this town about 5 blocks from here, and to find something in a town the size of Kerrville, you'd almost think, how did that happen?
Yeah, he said the guy had it, and he said he only drove it 500 miles over 5 years. And it's been, I think, a year and a half, 2 years now. And after putting it all back together, we've driven it like probably 2,000 miles already, just having fun. So it's been great.
So did y'all just kind of rebuild the whole car, or was it pretty much a daily driver kind of? That type of thing?
Well, when we got it, it was running on 5 cylinders. And my dad actually can tell you more about what he did, but he was in the garage, parts, a million different pieces everywhere, putting it back together, taking it apart. It's wild to watch.
Yeah, the car was suffering from basically sitting. It was rotting, been in a collection. So we did all the new hydraulic stuff on it. We did the oil lines, all the fuel lines, the brake booster lines, anything that was rubber was pretty much perished. So we did all that. And then we, instead of rebuilding the shocks, we had some Aldine custom shocks made to lower it an inch. We put a gyro disc and Brembo braking system on it to upgrade the brakes and put a high-flow water pump. It's got a Wizard cooling radiator in there to improve the cooling because these are known to run hot. And then when it got to the carburetors, that's above my pay grade, so we went to the dealer to have the carburetors rebuilt and the valve timing set and get the thing all tuned up. But other than that, and a lot of gaskets. It was leaking from a lot of gaskets.
Well, when you buy one that's been sitting, they always say, oh, yeah, it's a barn find. It's going to be a great car. They really don't understand how much you have to go through because of all the years of sitting and things rot and get old and they get brittle, and you've just got to replace them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got another one we're working on right now, a 360 Spider. It's a 2004, same thing. It's 18 years old, and we've had to do hoses and coolant lines and so forth like that, maintenance to get it back up where it's roadworthy. Otherwise, we'd be popping a hose on a jaunt to the store, But that's the worst thing is letting them sit. I mean, you got to drive them.
Yes, sir. What's home for y'all? Where is home for y'all?
Barney, Texas.
Big city of Bernie. I'm there every year for the big Dickens on Main that we do every year, the Christmas pageant. We do all the sound and lighting and snow machines. And anyway, gentlemen, thank you for your time. Once again, this is Tim with Fredericksburg Live here at the annual Fredericksburg Car Fest. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. We hope you have a blessed day, and God bless each and every one of you. Thanks again, folks.
And I want to thank, firstly, the team in my club that took care of this. I appreciate all of the support that we've had from the community and all of the sponsors. It's been an awesome affair, and I'm so glad that all of you are here. Thank you all, and thank you for those that have entered all of their vehicles, and we hope to have many more in the years to come. Thank you very much.
Okay, are you going to pass out trophies? We'll tell you what to pass out. First of all, for those of you that don't know us, we're Dave and Gail Coppers cruising for trophies. Not only do we make the trophies, but in some cases we also do a registration or whatever facilitation a group needs. So keep us in mind anytime you're needing trophies. For those of you that will be getting trophies today, if you turn it down on the bottom, you'll see our little gold sticker down there. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Dave, and he's going to read them off. Our winners will start out with class awards and then go up to the best in class in each class. Here we go.
Going to start off with class A. Antique all.
Which one do I take? You're going to start with the smaller ones, your class award.
Class award goes to a 1931 Ford Sport Coupe from Bandera, Ronald Brooks.
I'll try to point them out to you and help you.
All right, thank you.
I should sit over there, really.
Go ahead.
Class award, 1931 Ford Roadster from Canyon Lake, Robert Williams. Best in class from San Antonio, 1926 Ford TT, Dwayne Hedrick. Best in class.
No, the big one.
Big one.
Big one.
The big one?
Yeah.
I'm not watching, I'm sorry.
Sit here if you want.
No, not that big.
No, not that
Keep
big.
going, there you go.
There you go.
He wants the one in the middle.
Get over here. Sit here then.
This is the proper one, ma'am?
Yeah.
Is this the proper one?
Yes. Oh, you're just
Yeah.
okay. This is better. Now I can point better.
Okay.
Help you.
Next up, Class B, original car. Class award from San Antonio, 1990 Buick Riata, Wayne Suddeth. Class award from Fredericksburg, 1964 Chevy Malibu, Susan Balzer Neves. Best in class from Fredericksburg with a 1961 Studebaker Hawk, Henry and Jonelle Bleal.
Top 75.
Next up is Class C, Cadillac. Best in class from Fredericksburg, a 1963 Cadillac, Jim Atkerson.
Mainshine Jim, a.k.a.
Mainshine Jim.
Also known as Moonshine Jim, fellow Rotarian.
This goes at the end, if that's okay.
So about 10 minutes?
Yeah, 15.
Okay. Yeah.
Next up, Class D, original car. Class award from Fredericksburg, a 1985 Jeep CJ, Timothy King.
Oh, we got him?
That's him right
Here he comes.
There he
He's
comes.
moving.
He's moving.
Moving. He forgot his shoes.
Yeah, that's a got out of the shower. Best in class from Horseshoe Bay, Texas. 1972 Chevy C10, Alan Menke. Next up, Class E, early custom truck, 1949 and 1969. Class award, a 1950 Chevy 3100, One-Eyed Crow. Best in class from Fredericksburg with a 1950 Chevrolet, David Field.
Mark it. We're marking them.
Okay.
Next we have Class F, late custom truck, 1970 to 1990. Best in class from Harper, 1983 Dodge D150, Jeffrey Barnes. Moving on, Class G, current truck, 1991 to present. Class award from Fredericksburg, a 1996 Ford Ranger, Raymond Biggs.
Let me finish this one and then we'll do that. We're going to be in every one of those pictures. Okay, now you're going to go back.
This is the best in class that we missed.
Is that David Field?
David Field.
That's it, yeah, but the one previous to that one.
Okay.
Oh, that is One-Eyed Crow?
Now you get,
Okay, so
David
let's.
Field gets this one, One-Eyed Crow.
Okay, so One-Eyed.
So you want that?
So this is for you, sir.
Mr. Doug, congratulations.
One-Eyed Crow and David Field from those.
Shake your hand. Absolutely. Congratulations. All right, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Cool. And then the best in class that we missed. David Field. David, congratulations.
Congratulations, David.
Here's have a look.
What?
He's the one that
Raymond Biggs came up for this one, right?
All right. So we now hold it out the back.
Getting back to Class G, current truck, 1991 to present. Best in show from Fredericksburg, best in class, 2018 Ford F-150, Luis Huerta. Next up is Class H, Chevy, 1955 to 1957, original restored. Best in class from Fredericksburg, 1957 Chevy, Daniel Boone Schneeler. Next is Class I, Chevrolet, 1955 to 1957 modified. Class award from Mason, 1956 Chevy, Dom Frazier. Best in class from San Antonio with a 1956 Chevy Del Rey, Becky and Dan Wakefield. Next up, we've got Class J Corvette 1953 to 1982. Class award from Fredericksburg 1968 Corvette, Bonnie Beckman.
There she's coming. Oh, here she comes. It should be further away.
Take pictures over there.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
We had a tie for best in class. First from Bernie, 1966 Chevy Corvette convertible, Nick Caruso. Also best in class from Mason with a 1964 Corvette, Lee Bradley. Next class is Class K, Corvette 1984 to 1999. Best in class from Tempe with a 1999 Corvette, Rocky Snyder.
Oh, great. You're going to do these, then these, then those. Do you have the bottom of anything? No, they're good. Okay, start up there. You're three classes and a best.
Do I have to say anything? Oh, okay.
Yeah, three classes and a best.
Okay, and then just say we got that later.
I'll hand to you when you finish.
Yeah. Next is Class L, Corvette 2000 to present. Class award from Fredericksburg with a 2008 Corvette, Russ Creeth.
Second year we ever did this show, back 8 years ago. We put out a plaque and they didn't like it.
Class award from San Antonio, a 2008 Corvette, Rosa Reinert.
She's coming all the way around, I guess. She's coming over here. Oh, there she is. Oh, she does a great job helping somebody else.
Right here, Rosa. Rosa. Oh. There you go.
Probably just because she didn't get first.
Class award from Fair Oaks Ranch with a 2014 Corvette, Richard Lang. And best in class from Kerrville with a 2000 Corvette, Ron Shepard.
The Corvette classes were so big that we divided them up and put the C8. We'll explain that to him.
I gotta wait till he gives this away.
No Shepard? Oh, no.
Make a note of that so we know whose trophy is whose.
He's got it marked.
Ron Shepard, last call.
Oh, that's going to be sickening. This car's here, though, right?
I don't know.
Okay, next we have Corvette C8. We had so many of them, we just put the C8s in one class here. Class award from Colleen, car number 7, Udale Bell.
Right here. Right here.
I'll pull it out now. I know. There you go. Yeah, you got it right here, honey.
I see it. Okay, best in class. A 2021 Corvette, Alan Maybe.
Now you're GM. You got your class impossible. Here's Mr. Shepard.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Back up for Mr. Shepard. Mr. Shepard's got the 2000
Corvette.
He gets the best
He's
in
from
class. Correct.
Kerrville, Ron Shepard.
Ron, one time here.
Okay, GM's all other.
Now we have Class M, GM, all other. Class award from Fredericksburg, 1970 Chevy Chevelle, John Weaver. Class award from Fredericksburg with a 2010 Pontiac Solstice, Michael Lowry. Best in class from Horseshoe Bay, Texas, 1970 Chevy Chevelle, Brad Parker.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Like a magic queen.
Let's just take all the pages off.
Next we have Class N, Buick Olds Pontiac, pre-1991. Class award from San Antonio, 1990 Buick Riata, Wayne Suddeth. Best in class a 1968 Pontiac GTO, Joseph Grandin. We had one motorcycle here today, best in class, from Shirts with a Highway King Majestic, Eric Pop. Next class is Class Q, Mustang Cougar, 1964 and a half to 1973. Class award from Fredericksburg with a 1970 Mustang, Doug Reeves. Class award from Kerrville, 1968 Mustang, Paul Johns Jr. Class award from Fredericksburg, 1968 Mustang Shelby GT, Kerry Weichel. Eric Pop with the motorcycles here. Now the best in class for the Mustang from Mason with a 1968 Mustang Shelby GT, Jim Boys. Next is Class S, Mustang Cougar, 2000 to present. Class award from San Antonio, 2014 Shelby GT 500, Fred Alvarado. Best in class from Leon Valley, 2013 Mustang GT, Kathy Nelson.
Place on the next page. I know. I see. We had 124.
All right, moving on to Class T, Ford, except Mustang. Class award from Harper, 1965 Ford Thunderbird, Larry Ferris. Class award from Fredericksburg with a 1957 Ford Thunderbird, Joni Weichel. Class award from Driftwood with a 1962 Ford Thunderbird, Stephen Tapia. Best in class from Fredericksburg with the 1967 Ford Fairlane 500, Brian Logan. No Brian Logan in the house.
Does he have a friend?
Oh, he's coming up there? Thanks. Next, we have Class U, Chrysler and Mopar, 1949 and 1975. Class award from Centerpoint with a 1969 Roadrunner, Roy Neal. Class award from Colleen with a 1971 Charger, Craig Bell-Livog.
Okay, how do you pronounce that? What is it?
Class award from Medina, a 1969 Roadrunner, Brian and Tracy Jordan.
I didn't change it.
Best in class with a 1966 Plymouth Valiant, Bert Luna. Next up, Class V, Chrysler Mopar, 1976 to 1999. Best in class from New Braunfels with 1993 Ram 350, McKenna Rhodes. Next class is Class W, Chrysler Mopar, 2000 to present. Class award with a 2015 Challenger, Todd Stevens. Best in class. Best in class with a 2012 Challenger, Dennis Ferguson. Next up, Class X Camaro Firebird, 1967 to 1981. Class Award for the 1968 Pontiac Firebird, Tom Kingsbury. Best in class for the 1969 Camaro, Edwin Schmesny. Car number 132, oh no, car number 51, 1969 Camaro, Edwin Schmesny. Oh, right there he is, okay. Next class is Class Z Camaro, 2010 to present. Class Award from Fredericksburg.
Todd Stevens. 18 or 08? Looks like it's an 18.
Looks like it's an 18. But Camaro. Car number 57, Todd Stevens. Best in class from San Antonio, 2019 Camaro, Carl Lang. All right, next we have Class AA, Street Rod, Open. Class Award from Elgin, 1931 Chevy, Jeff Campbell. Best in class from Fredericksburg with a 1933 Ford, Joe Fritz. Next up is Class B, Street Rod Coupe. Class Award from Lago Vista with a 1937 Ford, Ralph Russell. Ralph Russell anywhere? Oh, here he is. Okay. Best in class. Best in class in Fredericksburg with a 1931 Model A, Fred Ross. Next class is Class CC, Street Rod Sedan. Class award from Kerrville with a 1942 Ford. Johnny Washbar. Best in class from Fredericksburg with 1938 Chevy, William Jenin. Okay, next we have Class DD, Rod Truck, pre-1949. Class award from Divine with a 1936 truck, Roger North.
You ask him.
Best in class from Harper, Lawrence Graywolf, 1927, I don't know what era. I have to ask him when he comes up.
It's a tea something.
A tea bucket maybe? No.
It would be a tea bucket for a truck.
Lawrence Graywolf.
Does Lawrence have a friend?
Anybody know Lawrence Graywolf from Harper? Next is Class EE, Foreign, pre-1989. Class award from Helotes, 1976 Porsche, Jim Conrad. Gray Wolf in the bathroom. Jim Conrad next year with a class award. 1976 Porsche. Now best in class from Fredericksburg with a 1966 Sunbeam, Joe Brown. Next is Class FF, Foreign, 1990 to present. Best in class from Kyle with a 1996 Mazda Miata, Douglas Wood. Doug Wood from Kyle, you around?
Are you in the bathroom? Does he have a friend? No friend.
All right, let's move on to Class GG, Rat Rod. Best in class from Utopia, a 1923 Rat Rod, Jack Haynes. Class Double H, 4x4. Class Award from Fredericksburg, 1981 Jeep CJ7, Max Beckman. Best in class from Fredericksburg, a Toyota FJ something or other, 140. Brandt. Let's see here.
Doug was the best in class.
If somebody would help me figure that
Here,
down.
I'll help you just a minute. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Douglas Wood, best in class, yeah. The 1996 Mazda Miata. Next we have Class II. Early custom car, 1949 to 1969. Best in class from Fredericksburg with a 1951 Chevy Coupe, Jim Spear. Next we have Class KK, current car, 1991 to present. Class Award from Leon Valley with a 2013 Mustang GT, Kathy Nelson.
She is, sir. She's not here. Yeah, she is. She's right.
I don't see her. Where's Fred Alvarado from? Should be on there.
San Antonio, isn't it?
I don't know. Best in class from San Antonio, 2014, Shelby GT, Fred Alvarado. Now we have the special awards. First Responders Choice goes to car number 132, a 1970 Dodge Charger from Colleen, Craig Valivog. All right, next we have Marktplatz's Choice.
On the far left.
Goes to car number 117, 2014 Shelby GT500, Fred Alvarado.
Just so you guys know, the Marketplace Award is decided by the city of Fredericksburg and all the people that help us with the property. Just to say that. And the first, this one is the Marktplatz Award. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, take care.
Next is the Rotary President's Choice. That's this guy.
Rian Oldendahl.
That's this guy.
Yes. Yes. Say his name.
Rian Oldendahl is here to present that.
He's the president.
Yeah, he's the president. It goes to car number 45, Tony and Kim Sayaro, with a 1950 GMC Ford truck.
GMC Ford?
GMC Ford doesn't make sense here.
Where are they?
probably went to pack up their car.
Tony and Kim Searo. Car number 45.
We'll get them in here in a minute.
Okay, we'll move on from there. Participants' Choice Award. That's that silver one over there. Participants' Choice Award, voted on by your peers, goes to car number 125, a 1951 Studebaker convertible, Bruce Tate from Fredericksburg.
Your GMC lady, come here. I run faster than my husband. He's coming. Wow. Okay.
Is it a Ford or a GMC?
It's a GMC.
We wrote down I wrote down GMC Ford. Yeah. Oh well. Thank you.
No, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. Thank you. My dad built it.
Oh really?
Oh wow. She's a Rotary? From where?
Oh, she's interested.
I know.
She's interested in Rotary.
The participant's choice is gone, I see.
Yeah, we're down just to two big ones. Old and new. Drum roll.
Okay, we're due now just for the two best in show. The 1989 and older goes to car number 107, a 1960 Chrysler from Bernie Albert Strandler. 1960 Chrysler, car number 107. I'm staying in Bernie anyway. And best in show 1990 and newer goes to car number 85, 2000 Corvette from Kerrville, Ron Shepard.
Y'all finish up with the same thing? Okay. This, after the guy comes over, or lady comes over to win this, this is where it gets difficult. So you guys please pay attention. Everybody know how to get out of here. Please watch the parking people from Rotary help you. Am I missing anything? I do appreciate everybody coming. Guess what time of year we're going to have this in 2024? The first Saturday of June. Okay. Oh, we're still waiting for Ron Shepard. Ron Shepard. Breaker 199. Ron Shepard. Ron Shepard. Any other announcements we need to make? Go for it.
Attention, please. Austin Street is now open. We have a white Dodge dually and trailer blocking a lane of traffic. License KCJ3035. White Dodge dually and trailer blocking a lane of traffic. KCJ3035.